Hi guys, how's everyone? You guys managed to catch any sells today? Our SL got hit for the first round, but we entered three times, three rounds of gold sells, and they all hit take profit. So hopefully those of you guys inside the premium channel caught it. So those of you guys who are not up to date with our analysis and signals, join our free Telegram channel. Okay. Go until where? My TP3 is at 2028. So do you guys read my analysis? How many of you guys caught the sells from 2040? Those of you guys on the free main channel. How many of you guys caught the sales from 2040? Do you guys manage to enter round 2 or round 3 sales? Go can sell now. We just entered a third round of sales at 2034.5. But I wouldn't recommend you to sell now. Because, okay, we have to wait. The next round of sales is, it will be, if it breaks out of 2028, then I might look for a fourth round of sell. But let's try not to overtrade today. I mean, if you guys make decent profit or recovered back your losses from our first setup, then just enjoy the day, don't overtrade, right? Just chill out. Because gold looks like, okay, if this zone holds, right, this 2028 zone holds, right, I think gold could make another move up to 2046, which is possible, right? So we shall see. 2028 will be a significant zone for us to watch. So let's say if this zone holds, right, we could be looking for buy scalps to retest probably 2040 and then 2046, and then we look for higher probability sells today. But for now, let's just hold this trade and see if we can take out our TP3, right? Right. Hello, Hong Hui. Okay, tomorrow there will be CPI, so we chill out a little bit today. Okay, so this is where I'll be monitoring, right? This inducement level here. So let's see if this inducement level here break. Right. If this inducement level break, there's a high possibility of us reaching our TP3 at 2028. Right? Clearing our previous first setup zone fully. This is why risk management is key. You can always recover from a loss and then come back even stronger. My ultimate TP, okay, this time I don't have an ultimate TP, but 2028 is my TP3 for my round 2 and round 3 cells. Right? So I'll be targeting these inducement levels because to create a bearish structure, we have to break this inducement level here created on the 15 minutes, right? So these are very crucial zones. If this keeps breaking, then there's a high chance we will take out 2025 and subsequently 2018. Alright? So, okay, can I explain inducement level? Can. Alright, so for inducement levels, right, it's basically your so-called liquidity sweep, but it is the lowest level of a liquidity sweep. So you can say that it's a point where prices taps and then just flew up or down, right? So this is what we call an inducement level. So let's say if prices cannot break with an engulfing or closes above the inducement level, that means that buyers are still intact within this zone. And then this is where I'll be switching over for buy scalps. Alright? Yeah, there's still a possibility of retracing back up. Anything is possible. So this is where I'll be looking at, right? So we broke the first inducement level here and then we triggered a dump, right? After we had a bearish engulfing close. That's why my TP was around this area, right? But second inducement level here managed to hold and then prices is bouncing up. So this could be a buy scalp range here. So for now, we will be closely monitoring because we want to chill out a bit. We have been taking quite a few trades today, 4 signals, 1 loss, 3 wins. And then don't want to overtrade. Be contented with your recovery or your profits, and then we just take things slow as it play out, right? Let market gives you what it wants, right? So like I said before, if this inducement level holds and prices closes above here, then I'll be switching over to buy scalps around this area. Alright? Because over on our higher time frames, if you guys look at H4 and daily, let's take a look at H4 first. Alright, let me zoom in for you guys. Your explanation is always the best. Thank you, Just Kamari. Appreciate it. Okay, so on H4, what do you guys see? Do we see a bearish movement or do we see a bullish movement or ranging right now? If you guys take a look on our H4 candlestick patterns here, what do you guys see? Bearish, bullish, or accumulation? So have you guys heard about what we call the AMD, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution? So this is what we mean by, right, so now it's accumulating, right? So what happened in the past was we had an, okay, let me draw a clean chart for you guys, right? Let me pull up a clean chart. Okay, let's take a look at, alright. Okay, so now, today we are going to talk about the power of tree, alright? So what is the power of tree? Have you guys heard about this before? Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So previously we had an accumulation, right? And then we had prices manipulate up, right? Prices manipulate up, pushed up from here. This was the manipulation. And then what happened? We had a distribution from here all the way towards the downside. So from here, we completed a cycle of a power of 3, right? Your accumulation, your manipulation, and your distribution phase. So currently, right now, we are in another cycle of our accumulation phase. So this whole cycle here will be our accumulation phase. Alright? So using this, we have to identify, our support resistance zone, our different zone, and see whether prices breaks out to either side, right? Either the upside or the downside. So once we have the manipulation, we can gauge where the distribution will be at. Is it better to set sell limits? Yeah, it really depends from person to person. That's why you have to find the best trading plan that suits you the best. Because for some people who do not have the free time to actively monitor the trades, right? It could be better to set limits, right? But for people who are very free, right? For those who are very free and have a lot of time staring at the chart, it's better to monitor price action because sometimes it could be too bullish or bullish engulfing or bearish engulfing, and it will be risky to take counter trend trade. Yeah, so if gold closes above this previous inducement level here, we might be switching to buy scalps. So we'll see how this 15-minute candle close. So it must close with a big candle. Okay, In order to be valid, it must close with a body. Yes, correct. So wicks, right? So what I'm waiting for is either prices to close, the body closes above this or here. So if it closes below here, then there's a huge chance of us looking for sells towards the downside. But if it closes above this here, the body closes, right? Not wicks, right? So we want the body of the candle to close above our inducement levels to gauge whether we want to switch to buy scalps or continue ourselves. Hello, Eugene. What is my predictions? Okay, what is BSL? BSL is what we call buy side liquidity. That means it's the low of the days or low of the previous session, right? So this was our Asian low, and it's also the low of the day. So this is your buy side liquidity, 2024. This is where most of the buyer stocks will be placed at. Go buy around 2030.33. We shall see where this 15-minute candle close. If it close doji, then I'll wait for the next candle. Because I want a confirmation of candle closing above my inducement level before I switch to buys. Because prices could still continue, the next candle could be dumping down. So let's see which, because now it's wicking, right, between my bearish inducement and my bullish confirmation for my inducement level here. So I'll be waiting for either side break with a body first. Yeah, right. So your inducement level is also significant. Yeah, it's basically your market structure shift. So let's say by this breaking our previous inducement level, this was our previous swing low basically. So we had a market structure shift here. So your inducement level can also signify as your MSS, right? So you guys are getting it. It's more or less the same thing, right? Just named differently, different concept. Now it's a doji, right? Meaning indecision. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. Nice, you guys are getting it. See, you guys are learning well. So while waiting for volume to come in for US session or New York session, let's have a chat, right? Let me know what I'm curious. What are your goals, right? Most of you guys here, do you guys want to become a full time trader, or do you guys want to become a part-time trader for passive income, or what are your goals? Been here since last November. Wow, that means you have been through our ups and downs. And you are still here. Great. So most of you guys want to become a full-time trader, but okay, so let me ask you guys one question. Right? Do you guys know that in trading you might not have consistent income every single month? And also you might have winning months, you probably gonna have losing months as well. So are you guys ready to take on that? Right? Because too many people they came in to trading thinking that it's gonna be forever, it's gonna be winning, right? So many people could not take it because they could not accept losses. Right? So this is a very strong psychological factor that many people could not take into account, right? You want trading to be your income. Should you tell people that your occupation is a trader? It's completely up to you guys, right? Okay, so for full-time trader in Singapore, there's no taxable income for trading profits, which is a good thing. Yeah, like I said before, right? Trading is 70%, at least 70% your emotions, your trading psychology, and 30% technical analysis, right? Eugene hopefully can become a full-time trader. I'll be completely honest with you guys because I don't want to bore you guys with all those fake gurus selling you dreams that you're gonna become a millionaire by trading. It is possible. I've seen people become millionaire from trading, but before that, you will see a ton of losses, busting accounts, right? So these are the hard and tough reality that no one talks about, right? Technically, I'm full time. Yeah lah, technically I'm full time. Am I a millionaire, bro? What do you think? Yeah, so when I was starting out, emotions and patience is what I struggled with a lot, right? So these are the things that I struggled with when I was starting out. Emotions and patience. Hi, Jermaine, you're back. It's been long. How have you been? I wish to be a billionaire. I wish. But definitely I'm not. Trading would not make you a billionaire, definitely. Unless you're a hedge fund manager. Amazing goal sell tree, yeah. Hopefully you caught some of it as well. Right. Was still impressed by your December profits. 13K. Not easy. Alright, so this is what I mean by a body close. So we have 40 seconds. If candle body closes here, then we might switch to look for buy scalps for New York session. There's no best entryway. Alright, so let me tell you guys this, okay? One thing that I have always wanted to say but didn't say is number one, joining a signal channel, right, is not gonna make you profitable. Even joining mine is not gonna make you profitable. The only way for you guys to be profitable is educating yourself and learning and crafting your own trading plan. That is what gonna make you guys profitable. Not joining my signal channel. I'm not a god. I cannot have 100% win rate on every signals, right? So the only way for you guys to become profitable is actually take your time, study the charts, study the notes that I give you guys, train your psychology, train your emotion, train your patience, right? These are the things that you guys should be looking at to become a profitable trader. Signal channel should only be a guide for your confluence, right? But you're profitable with my signals, then congrats, right? But with a long term guide in place, right? It is always better to be an independent trader because one day what if I have a losing streak on my signals, right? Like last week I had a bad week, then you guys will be losing as well. But I don't want that to happen to you guys, of course, because some of you guys might over leverage and things like that. So obviously the best way to become a profitable trader is to educate yourself, right? Okay, so those of you guys, right? Remember I told you guys if we have a candle body close above the previous inducement level, there will be a buy, right? So this is why market structure shift and inducement levels is very critical on the lower time frames for you to look for quick scalps. Yeah, it's not taxable lah. You need to be independent to go even educated to go even yes. So like I said before, there are times we had 100% win rate for the week. There are times we have losses for the weeks, right? So as a trader, you guys have to understand that there are times that you will have your winning streaks. That there will be times where you have your losing streak. It's how you guys manage your risk, control your emotions, and always fight back stronger, right? How do you look for confirmations to enter trade? There's a lot, right? Number one, I only place a trade when it is in my zone. So why did I take the 2034.5 sell right here, right? Because prices rejected, set off my H1 resistance zone here, and then I entered for a round 2 sell because it is at my second order block here, which is around this area where we entered for our second round of sell, and then third round of sell was in our N15 OB because I saw prices close below our N15 OB and retrace back. So we entered a third round of sell here. Alright. So now what we want to wait is that we have another inducement level here, right, towards the downside. So if gold breaks structure here, there's a strong possibility of it retesting 2040, right? But if prices comes back and close below here, 2032, we might look for a fourth round of sell. Keep your channel running. There's too many haters already. Yeah, but I'll do my best to continue running the channel for you guys. As long as you guys understand that there will be losses in trading, okay? I don't want you guys to, start hating and things like that when there's losses because, sometimes one loss can overshadow one whole week of wins. So as long as you guys learn how to manage your risk, understand that there will be losses in this game, then yeah, I will definitely continue pumping out educational content, continue with signals for you guys. Hi Bella and Pepper. Which platform you recommend? The only platform I'm using right now is TFT and FTMO. Daily money go or daily percent gain? This is a very good question. I would say look at daily percentage gain. Why? Why is that so? Because if you look at monetary value, it will affect your trading psychology and emotions. But if you look at daily percentage gain, right? Even on $100 account, earning $10 is a 10% gain. So if you can replicate that on $1,000 account, that's $100 gain, right? But if you see it as monetary value, like, oh, I have to make $100 today. But on $100 account, to make $100, you have to probably over leverage or full margin that account. That's why we should always look at percentage gain, right? It will also help you in the future when you're managing larger accounts, right? So for those of you guys here trading small accounts, maybe $100 accounts, $200 accounts, don't be blinded by people making $1,000 a day, right? Because they have a large capital, right? Maybe $1,000 is only 1% of their account capital, right? What's my daily percentage target? 2.5 to 5%. 2.5 to 5% is my daily target. Right, let me ask you guys some questions. How long have you guys been trading? So those of you guys who are new here, what I'm expecting during CPI, I don't trade news, but I will just trade after news because usually after NFP, CPI, or FOMC is very volatile. So I don't recommend you guys to trade after that for January because January banks will be injecting liquidity. 4 months, 3 months, okay. So those of you guys who are trading for less than a year, are you guys profitable or are you guys losing? Early December 2023. So you guys are pretty new to trading, right? So are you guys profitable or are you guys still like in the midst of struggling in trading or learning how to trade? Lost 40% of your account. Losing, right? Struggling, right? Yeah. So most of you guys who are trading for quite a while or losing, but it's normal. It's completely normal. For personally, for me, it took me more than almost 2 years to become consistently profitable, right? So it's okay to have losses as long as you learn from your mistake. Do not have a gambler's mindset, and then continue to work hard, study, educate yourself, and then fight back stronger, right? So do not give up. I mean, let's give you guys this scenario, right? If you guys has already been losing for 1 year, why would you guys give up, right? So continue fighting back, but of course with proper risk management and emotional control. Every losses will be a learning opportunity for you guys. Right? Last week I had a bad week because it's a new market, more liquidity, and it's a different market from December where we had lower volatility, right? So what happens is simply after last week I backtest everything, and this week we are currently running on 2 losses and 11 wins this week, right? Which is a strong comeback. How can you join the Telegram group? Okay, to join our free Telegram group, just click on the link inside our TikTok bio, and then you will be able to access our Telegram group. Okay, so anyways, for those of you guys who have been following me for quite a while, I'll be starting our education channel where I'll be uploading free mentorship videos, free courses for you guys to watch and download. So it's completely free. So you guys, those of you guys thinking to pay for a mentor or pay for courses, you guys don't have to do that. All right. But give us some time, right? Me and my team are working on it. We'll be pumping some courses and videos for you guys for free, of course. No worries. I've been trading since MT4 existed back in the early 2000s. Wow, that's like 20 over years. Yes, correct. Okay, one thing about traders is, right, number one, you can be trading for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, right? But you still have to learn every day. No one is a perfect trader, trust me, because every single day, every single week, every single month, you will have new markets that you have to adapt to. You have new challenges, right? New volatility in the market. So all of this is what you have to adapt to. So even for me, right, I've been trading for 5 years already, but I still have to make adaptations to different market conditions. I'll still have my losses, right? So even if you trade for 100 years, trust me, you won't have 100% win rate, all right? So for those of you guys who have been trading over 5 years, 10 years, right? I think you guys will understand me, right? It's always a learning. It's always a journey for you guys to consistently learn and get new knowledge, right? Back in the days, there was no such thing called ICT. There was no such thing called SMC. There's only price action strategy, right? But then nowadays, there's so many different concepts, so many different strategy. But it's all based on the same fundamentals out there, right? It's always based on the same fundamentals. They just, improvise it, give it different names. But well, it's still better concept, improvised concept, and it's a constant learning journey for me as well. So for whoever who outside who tell you guys that 100% win rate, 90% win rate, right? It's not that feasible in the long run lah. How many is okay for now I'm only looking at gold and GBP JPY. Because personally I do not want to focus on too many pairs because number one, you don't need so many pairs to look at. Okay. Number two, if you are trading so many pairs, you'll be looking and monitoring at a lot of news. Right? The more pairs you trade, the more news you have to focus on. And if you are caught in a drawdown and there's news coming out, you're probably screwed. Strategy, please. I use everything. I use price action, SMC, and ICT. I mix all the strategy into my own trading plan. Bro, why chart pattern doesn't work for me? Is it okay? The thing about chart pattern is number one, it's based on your own drawing, right? So nobody will draw perfectly. Okay, so chart pattern should only be a gauge for you. You shouldn't be trading purely off chart pattern. Like let's say for example, right? Okay, let me give you guys an example. Okay, so let's say for example, let's say you are looking for maybe a triangle chart pattern, and then you draw, and then you have a symmetrical pattern or whatever pattern here, right? And then you are waiting for a breakout, and then you sold here, but prices pushed up, right? The thing is, this chart pattern should only be a gauge for you. It shouldn't be, oh, it touched the top of your pattern, you're gonna sell. There's a breakout, you're gonna buy or sell outside the breakout. No, it shouldn't be that way. You should always look for more confluences, right? So more confluences is, let's say for example, your support and resistance zone, your order block zone, your multi-time frame analysis, right? Liquidity zone, buy side, sell side liquidity, market structure shift. There's so many different confluence that you can add in together with your chart patterns to provide more confirmations and confluence before you take an entry. So this is how you can increase your profitability and win rate. GA what? GBP AUD is it? Any tips for beginner with a small capital? Beginner with small capital, definitely number one, do not look for unrealistic gains. Okay, if not you'll end up busting your account over and over again. Alright, so if you have a small capital, try to go for percentage value. Maybe try 5% a day, right? Or 2.5% a day. Risking $1 a day, or let's say 1% of your account a day. Don't try to go for unrealistic value. If not you end up busting your account, trust me. Alright, so those of you guys who are new here asking me how to join our free Telegram channel, you can just click the link inside our TikTok bio. Alright? So today I don't expect much volume as well because tomorrow what do we have? We have CPI. Do you guys know what is CPI? Or do you guys just hear people say that oh CPI is a big impact news? But do you guys know what is CPI? You guys have to understand what is the data as well, okay? Yeah, so what does consumer price index tells you and what does it affect the market, right? So all of this is very important. Like your unemployment claims, your NFP, what is your non-farm payrolls? It's telling you how well the job market is doing. So consumer price index gives you a hint of inflation, right? Because it's telling you the price index of your month over month or year over year, and it will give you a hint for your inflation, which leads up to FOMC. So all of this data will be connected, right? Your NFP, your non-farm payrolls. So if they show that non-farm payroll is getting worse than expected, that means the job market is bad. So it's bad for the US dollar. So all of this links up, right? So your CPI, your interest rate, GDP, it gives you a hint of your interest rate, right? Or how inflation is doing. So with the gauge of how inflation is doing, you'll be able to get a gauge of how FOMC or what the Fed decision will be for whether they're gonna have interest rate cuts or interest rate stagnation or an increase in interest rate, right? So all of this is very important data that you guys have to know. You guys cannot just see that, oh, this is CPI, okay, it's rate folder news, okay, I wait, whether it's good or bad, then I sell. You guys have to understand what does this data mean and what does this data mean for the future data that we will be looking at. Let's say after this we'll have FOMC, right? So these are all important things that many people do not look out for, right? They just look at technical analysis, right? A lot of people just do all this, but they don't do your fundamental and economic analysis. Okay, let's take a look at NFP, right? So NFP was last week. Okay, just for you guys here. Okay, NFP was on Friday, right? First Friday of the month, right? So it was good. So job market was better than forecasted. So it's good for the USD because the more jobs you create for your economy, the more money pump back into the economy, and then therefore you have a better economy, and it's good for the US dollar, right? So this is why when you guys trade pairs against the US dollar, let's say your XAU USD, Euro USD, GBP USD, you have to always analyze what we call the DXY. This is your USD, your dollar index. Yeah, but sometimes it might not work exactly or inversely related or correlated, but take it as a pinch of salt and a gauge for you, right? So this is your DXY, it's your US dollar chart, right? Okay, so now back towards this, I expect prices to range around this area for New York session because we have CPI tomorrow, and usually before a release of a high impact news like your CPI, your NFP, and news like this, there will be accumulation. So probably prices just gonna accumulate within this area. So we'll probably be looking for buy scalps around 2028 to 2025 and probably sell another round of sell if it taps back into 2036. Right. So today we'll just take it chill. We don't want to over trade. Right. Those of you guys who made profits good. Those of you guys who have recovered perfect, right? Don't want to force trades, don't want to take trades when it's in the middle of nowhere. You do not want to be FOMO entries, right? Things like that. Take it slow, right? Only look for the best setup. If it hits stop loss, wait for the next best setup, alright? Will I be live tomorrow? Okay, personally, I do not trade news. You guys know I do not trade news. I don't trade any news because it's gambling, right? Can you explain OB? Okay, OB is what we call an order block, right? It's basically the candlestick before an impulse movement like this. So on order block, we can see on multiple time frames. So on our higher time frame, like H4 time frame, we have order blocks. So what you want to do is to identify order blocks on your multi time frame, right? So your order blocks are basically an impulse, the candlestick before an impulse movement. So like a breakout candle like this, right? So it's the candlestick before that. That's your order block. So when prices taps out and rejects the order block, it shows that sellers are still in. Like currently right now, right? Prices are rejecting. Sweep, the order block came back, rejected, now rejecting the order block once more. So sellers are still inside this. Is still in control of this order block. Do you think market creates structure before big news days? Structures are created every single day in every single time frame. So if we look at daily, right? Okay, let me go to a cleaner chart. Okay, let's take a look at cleaner chart, right? Okay, based on this, right? Based on this. Okay, I was doing some educational content for the group, so mind that. Okay, based on this alone, pure price action alone, does this look bearish or bullish to you guys? Based on this pure price action alone, without any zones, without anything, does this look bullish or bearish to you guys? This is gold, by the way. So based on pure candlestick price action, right? On the daily, yes, it's still bullish, right? So now we look at the H4. Okay, H4. Does it look bearish or bullish right now? So on H4, what you can see is we have multiple market structure shift. Prices, this was a market structure shift. Prices broke to the downside. We had a bearish structure created here, right? So what happens is all of this previous inducement level here all has been broken one by one on the H4 time frame, right? So where we are looking at now is this previous inducement level here that we want to look at is basically 2027 or 2028, right? 2027 here. So if prices breaks below here, we will be looking at our next previous level of market structure or inducement level at 2015 area, 2017 area here, right? So all of this has to break. So when all of this break, we will have a strong bearish trend or bear structure created here. But for now, on the H4, we have a bearish structure creating. Although daily is still bullish, but H4 is currently bearish. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to H1. Right, so this is how you determine your daily bias, your hourly bias, or whatever bias you have. So on H1, what we are looking here, is it bullish or bearish on H1? Or is it ranging right now in H1? So bullish, bearish, or prices are currently sideways on our H1? Bearish, okay. Why is it bearish? Right, so we have many liquidity sweeps here, liquidity sweeps rejected our strong order block here, and then now prices are making a bear shift right now. Okay, so now it's tricky because number one, we made a lower low here, right? So in a downtrend, we have lower highs and lower lows. So what we have here is lower low created, and then we had a new lower low created here, and then we have another lower low created here at 2017, right? So now, where are our lower highs? So in an uptrend, or I mean in a downtrend, we have to have lower highs, right? So this is our lower high one. We have our second lower high created here, followed by another lower high created here, and subsequently another lower high created here. Okay, so for the downtrend to continue, we have to break our previous lower high here at 2017. Okay, what does it represent when prices just dancing along 50% fair value gap? Okay, when that happens, it means that there's a lot of indecision because they cannot make up whether they want to sell, put in most of their sell orders here. So when it's just dancing around, that means there's not much of a strong decision. So probably you wouldn't want to look for a counter trend right there or continuation. You just want to wait. So for now in this market, I realized that we should always wait for a manipulation to happen, right? So for prices to sweep liquidity and then look for sells or buys after that. So today New York, we're just gonna play it slow, play it chill. If there's a good setup, I will send you guys. If there isn't, then we will call it a day, right? Take it slow. I don't want you guys to overtrade. What is more important is getting educated, right? Learning the notes and everything, right? Education is priority, not profits. Because you can be making thousands of dollars today, but without the right education, you're probably gonna give it back to the market the next week or the next week, right? Does it make sense? How many of you guys here maybe gotten lucky and then had a winning streak, made a lot of money, and then give it back to the markets in the next few trades? What is a Fibonacci level? Okay, Fibonacci level is actually a very good level. It's something like your PD array, your premium discount array. Is where you can look for buys or sells at a discounted level or a premium level. So, which we will go into detail on our ICT concepts, which we'll be releasing probably next week or next week for you guys. So stay tuned. All right. Same over the same night. Yeah. Fibo user. Yeah. So for me, I feel that Fibonacci or PD arrays are good indicators you guys can use. But for those of you guys who don't know how to use it, it could be a little tricky. So okay, I'll give you guys a quick example. Let me go to a clean chart. Right. So for Fibonacci, there's a lot of things, right? There's your golden zone, your 50% level. Alright. So for example, let's say you want to trade 15 minutes or you're a scalper, right? Let's say 1 hour H1. So Fibonacci, let's say we can take the top of the previous swing, right? Where do you want to take your swing at? So it depends. So let's say you want to take your previous swing high, right? Your previous swing high to your previous swing low here. Okay? So your 0% level is at your previous swing low and your 1% level is at your previous swing high here. So what you have here is, okay, let me pull it all the way, right? So what you have here, for example, is your golden zone. So between this level here, 0.5 to 0.616 is your golden zone where you could look for sells. And exactly, right, if you have, let's say, your support resistance zone here, right? Very nice. You have your, and then you have your, what we call an order block zone, right? Candle before the impulse movement, right? So all this area coupled with your Fibonacci level shows you a good area for sales, right? So this area is actually a very good area for sales, right? Because it falls within the golden zone in our Fibonacci retracement, as well as coincides with our OB and support resistance level here, right? So you guys can see this is our resistance level, our OB at the top, and then this resistance level coincides with our golden zone here. Right, so sometimes you have to use different indicators, different confluences for you to look for a good trade. And then there's another thing, it's what we call a PD array, similar to Fibonacci, but it's to show you the premium and discounted areas where you can look at. Alright, so we'll go into detail when we launch our chapter on ICT model for you guys. In the XAUUSD, where are the supply and demand areas? Okay, here let me go to the 1 hour chart to show you guys. Yeah, I won't be living for too long today because I already hit my profit for today. Pretty good profit, so I'm not gonna overtrade. So we have a H1 resistance which is just rejected off 2040 to 2042, right? This is a strong H1 resistance. Got rejected off, and then we had a 15-minute order block area which is here, and then prices retested and rejected, which we went for a third round of sales around this area. And then where we're gonna look for possible buys, right? Possible buys is probably around this region, 2028 to 2024 areas here. Okay, so this is where I might okay be looking for buy scalps. But for now, I'm not looking to enter any more trades, and we shall see whether this trades plays out or not. So now bearish momentum is coming in, and yeah, let's see if it breaks with our body breaks below this structure here, this previous inducement level here. Right, so for those of you guys who are new here and are not inside our free Telegram channel, you guys can click the links in our TikTok bio to join, read our analysis, download our free courses, and yeah, get free education. This is 15-minute time frame for those of you guys who are wondering. Is it normal that OB zone and fair value gap are always close by? Okay, perfect. Finally, someone pointed this out. Do you know why order block zone and fair value gaps are usually close by? It's because order block is basically the candlestick before an impulse movement. And what does fair value gaps is? Fair value gap is basically when there's a breakout candle or an impulse movement, there is a fair value gap created. So this is why you tend to realize that your order block and fair value gaps are usually close by. Good that you notice it. Right, that means you're learning well, right? Because order block is the candlestick before the impulse movement, and fair value gaps gets created when there's an impulse movement. No, you're right, you're right. It's just that I didn't plot here. So for you guys, how's the day? Let's continue chatting while prices play out. Let's see if we can hit our full TP today. Alright? Let's have a quick chat. How's your day? How's your day, everyone? Caught it from 203, aiming for 2027. Perfect. Okay, let's see if it breaks this inducement level with a body closure. How's everyone day today? Really tough. Why? Why is it tough? What happened? Now waiting for 11 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. Yeah, volume tends to kick in then. Late night. Miss both cells by 0.5. It's okay. It's okay. There's always another day. I almost thought it would hit our stop loss, but I almost lost hope. Now it's playing well. Yeah, nice. Right, it's playing well. You guys probably should be in profits by now, right? It's all about patience. Patience is key. We did 3 rounds of sales and all 3 rounds are coming back with profits. After our first stop loss, we came back with 3 rounds. So this is why do not bust your account on one stop loss, right? You can always come back easily. Patience is key. Yes, correct. Alright, thank you everyone for the follows. If you guys are new here, click our link inside our TikTok bio to join our free Telegram channel for analysis and our educational content as well. Is liquidity pool often after a SNR? Usually it's below the SNR because this is where your stop losses get swept below the support resistance zone. Obviously, yeah, session opening comes with more volume. I feel like always easier to hit SL than TP3. Because TP3 is usually 150, 200 pips. SL is about 650, 60 pips from the zone. Of course, it's a 1 to 4 RR from that. Can you look at analysis on GBP, JPY? Can. I wouldn't be looking for buy scalp since you already sweep buy side liquidity today, but probably will only be looking for sells if it retraces back up. Okay, GBP, JPY for you guys. Alright, so like I said before, those of you guys who want to sell at the H4 resistance, what happened? You can see prices actually push back up to our H4 order block, right? Like I said before, just now prices was hovering here. There wasn't an immediate rejection, so buyers actually took over our H4 resistance right now. So now prices are currently in our H4 OB, and prices could most probably push higher considering the engulfing candle closure on our previous H4, right? So now prices are still inside our OB. Might look for sales if it rejects here, create a market structure shift. If not, probably continuation from our market structure shift. Okay, before I end, remind me, okay, I will send you guys this analysis to our Telegram channel before I end the live. So those of you guys trading GJ can use this as an analysis as well. If prices steps into liquidity pool, does it mean anything? It means that there's a high chance for liquidity sweeps like this, right? So prices step into here once, step into here second time, third time, fourth time, and then we had a big well, what's my Telegram channel? You can click the links at our bio to join. JPY, is it strengthening? Yes, it is strengthening, but it's waiting for a confirmation from the Bank of Japan, right? It's waiting for a confirmation by BOJ before they decide on their policy, which is always very annoying because BOJ always give hints that they're gonna strengthen and things like that, but they never ever did it. So probably now market is betting that they're not gonna do it, so they're buying back up. And then we had a market structure shift by breaking above this triple top here. So prices are bullish right now. How you handle life and trading? Good question. For me, my life is very simple. I just stay at home and trade. And I go out on Friday, Saturday. Party hard. Work hard and party hard. From Monday to Friday, I trade. And then Friday night, usually I stop trading, go out. Saturday, go out. Spend some time with family. And then Sunday, I work on educational content. Do some calls. And then for you guys, right? And that is it every single week. The same thing over and over again. Too much on the plate, yeah, and I still have business that I'm running as well. So it's pretty tough. It gets mentally draining as well. So do understand sometimes that I get mental burnout and then I'm not always on my peak condition. So I might not always give you guys the best signals or the best analysis, right? But yeah, I'm trying my best to keep sane. You want to be like me. I don't think you want to be like me. I have a lot of stress, okay? Thank you for all the efforts, Jade. No worries, Leon. Does it get boring? Like everything else, right? If it gets boring, that means you have been doing it for a long time. It's part of your routine. Sometimes it gets boring, but the good thing about trading is, right, there's always a challenge, right? You will not have 100% win rate. So every time we lose, it will be a challenge to learn and adapt to the market. So it never gets boring for me. How much is it possible to make with 100k funded account each month? Just aim for 5 to 10%. It's 5 to 10k. It's very good really for a funded account. Yeah, so it's currently holding pretty well above this inducement level here. Could be a potential for buy scalp back to retest this area, and then can look for a third, fourth round of gold sells for you guys. Can you explain more about news impact? Okay, perfect. Right. So if you guys want an in-depth explanation, alright, go to our Telegram channel. Go to our TikTok bio link. Click on the link, join our free Telegram channel, and go to files. Right under files, scroll to chapter 5. Chapter 5, we have a whole course. It's completely free, right? Talking about economic news and data, how you guys can read it and how you guys can use it to your advantage. It's completely free. So go over to our Telegram channel, click on files, and download it. Right? Because it's a lot for me to explain here. What's the difference between indices and currency? Indices is your stock market, like your Nasdaq, your Dow Jones Industrial Average, S&P 500, right? So these are your more of a stock market side. Currencies is forex, right? You buy and sell currencies, but indices is more over towards your stock market. But although on MT4, MT5 or certain brokerage allows you guys to trade indices, it's basically allow you guys to have leverage to trade indices. What will we need for confirmation for buys from 2028 level, right? So buys from 2028 level, okay, so firstly, we need, okay, market structure shift is always very important, right? So let's say if prices breaks out here, prices push back up, closes above here, rebound, we can look for buys upon the retest here, right? So we need market structure to break. So what I mean is, okay, so if price sweep 2028, prices push and close above previous inducement level, come back to retest, this is when I'll look for buys at this area. All right, make sense? Make sense? Because number one is prices breaks out from this inducement area because sellers fully take control of this area. So how do you guys know when there's buyers has taken control is when when prices shoots down and then closes above the previous inducement level. This shows that buyers have taken control over this zone. So when there's a retest, you can look to enter upon the retest. Does it make sense? So market structure shift, inducement levels, these are very good confluences for you guys for confirmations. You see the chart of indices are insane, not gonna lie, move super fast. Yeah, indices move very, very fast, right? This is why I try to stay away from indices because even if you give signals on indices, right, it could hit TP or SL within like few seconds or few minutes. Hello, Master. Hello, Le Castel. Okay, I'll be living for another 10 more minutes. So, any questions you guys can ask? What's your worst experience in trading? Okay, for those of you guys who are new here and haven't heard about my story before, right? So I started investing in stock market, right, when I was pretty young, right, 18 years old. I lost about my whole life saving, like about 10,000. And I wasn't born from a wealthy family, and we are not well to do at all. And then I actually worked every single day, and then I saved up to 10,000 and lost it all in stock markets within 2 years. And then after that, I worked at an internship, earned about like 800 bucks a month, and then put the 800 bucks into forex, and then I lost it all again. Right? I lost it again and again until one day when COVID hits. Right? I decided to study properly. Right? Last time, same as you guys, I blindly follow signals, follow TikTok fake gurus and things like that. And then until COVID strikes, I decided to buy a shitload of books. I bought a lot of books and then I started reading, right? I read a lot of forex books, and then after that, I curated my own trading plan, my confluences, proper risk management, and then after that, stick with my trading plan all the way. Stick with my risk management strategy all the way. And from then on, I got lucky, right? So I restarted this time. Instead of putting $200 trying to flip my account and bust it, right? I saved up to $1,000 put in my account, and then I traded properly, 0.05 lot on $1,000 account consistently. Managed to flip it into 40k, right? Managed to flip it into 40k, and then after that, what happened? I lost it all in the night because I wasn't emotionally strong at night. Quarreled with my then ex, and then had a quarrel with my parents, wasn't mentally strong that night, lost it all, 40,000 blew up in one night. That was one of the toughest day, right? In my whole entire life. Imagine, your quarrel with your ex, your family, everyone is bickering at you, and then you lost 40,000 in the night. So definitely that period was very depressive. It was tough for me, right? So it took me quite a while. I took a break. Maybe I took a 6 months break, and then I came back once more. Didn't give up. Came back once more, and then continue trading again. And ever since then, the introduction of funded accounts. I started to do funded accounts, getting my payouts and then putting into my live account trading, and things has been pretty well since then. And of course, right, we have certain hiccups along the way where I have weeks where I lose and things like that. It's not always rainbows and sunshine in the journey of a consistently profitable trader, right? Consistently profitable trader doesn't mean you have to make 5 digit every single month, right? So this is the misconception that people have. People who are consistently profitable still have losing weeks, still have losing months, right? But they adhere to their risk management. So maybe on their losing month, they lose like 2.5 to 5% of their account, which can be easily made back the next month. What are the author of the books you read? Okay, personally, I'm not just interested in trading. I like finance, I like economics. So I like Robert Kiyosaki. He's a freaking amazing dude. I like to read self-help books like Atomic Habits. I mean, you guys can read psychology. I like 48 Laws of Power. But for trading wise, you guys can look at price action trading strategy. This is a book that helped me a lot when I started, and then fundamentals of the forex market. Right? Fundamentals are always the most important thing in trading. Hello, you're just joining. Great. Alright, okay, I'm gonna end live soon for you guys. It's been a great hour talking to you guys. Okay? So for those of you guys who want my analysis or want my signals or want my free courses, just click the links in our TikTok bio and join our free Telegram channel. Alright? So catch you guys. Probably I'll do another live, probably either London or New York for tomorrow. And yes, I will be sharing my GG analysis over on our free Telegram channel. Since we are probably much done with gold, we already caught 3 rounds of sales. I think satisfied for the day. Okay? Find any good books, please share. Sure, will do. Alright, see you guys. Those of you guys not inside our free Telegram channel yet, click the link inside our TikTok bio, alright? Take care. And follow us on TikTok if you haven't yet so you don't miss our live stream tomorrow.